Hello everybody, and welcome back. um, this is the Corsair and the Hellcat, and this is what I was talking about in my last video when I said I was going to do the mottling. It was all primed in black, and then I came back in with Vallejo white and just done some pre-shading on the panels. And if you thin your paint down and what I do is I don't spray it, when I'm doing a top coat like this, when I get ready to put the top coat on here, I don't use it directly out of the bottle. It comes out a little too thick. I just add a little bit of thinner to it, probably just a few drops of thinner, just enough to thin it down a little bit, and then I start misting it on. And if you don't spray down heavy and you just spray it lightly and everything, then these pre-shaded areas will shine through or show through, and it will give you an aged look. And but I see a lot of guys do this on the jets and stuff, and they'll go through all this, and then the next thing you know, they have put so many coats of paint on there, pre-shading was useless. It was absolutely pointless because they've got it all covered up. But if you put your coats on light, and know when to stop, then it will come out pretty much like you want it. Sometimes you get a little heavy-handed and it doesn't come out exactly like you want, but that's just I open my prop. That's just a screw up. Like you can see right there, that big wad of white paint right here at my finger. That was a screw up on my part, but that'll help with the paint work. This is going to be a light sea gray, or lighter sea gray I should say, over insignia white on the bottom. And I'll turn it over and you can see I've done the same thing. I did get the my lights are all messed up. The wheel wells painted on both of them. This is let me move that. I don't know why that's sticking out so far. You can see it. I've done this one. I don't know why I put the doors on here. I really don't, but anyway, I don't want to go down that road again. I still got to go back in here and put the landing gear doors on this so I can cover up my landing bays. I don't get paint in them. I'm not going to I may or may not put a little pre-shading on my doors. I should have put the doors on there before I done the pre-shading. That way I could have done those as well. But I'll show you what I'm doing. When I put the light coats on, you'll see that in this video. Got the wheels done, got the props done. I got one tip. I can't remember if it's on the Hellcat blade. I think it's on the Wildcat, or the Corsair blade. I got one tip of that. I reached over here to get something and I bumped it and marred up the paint. The Corsair, you can see it's got the slot there in the middle, and then the two standoffs on the sides. You have the option that you can put 3 drop tanks on it, or a drop tank in the middle and 2 bombs. And I am going to do the bombs. And I've got them. Where are they? I've still got detail painting to put on these. And I didn't know how much I would use that olive drab paint. And what I did, I've had this for a long time. It looks ugly on the outside of the bottle, but believe me, on the inside it's that olive green, olive drab. I mixed this up, good Lord, I guess probably 7-8 years ago, and I mixed up the full bottle, and I've still got a little over half a bottle left in it. So that's and I just keep knocking everything off. And I used the craft paints, the craft paints to mix it. I don't have the ratio, but if you go on Google and type in, how to mix olive drab, then it'll give you formula for it. You can mix either green drab or like yellow drab. Some of you guys have asked, and I just happen to have this laying here. So this is the airbrush that I use more than anything. This is my Iwata Eclipse, and I have an Iwata Neo, but it's just a POS to me. I've had trouble with that gun ever since I got it. But yeah, I got a lot of the peripheral parts done. The props are done for the most part. I've got to go in and do the aluminum and the color on the end cap. We got the wheels done. Pretty much everything's ready to rock and roll. I got the missiles done. I've got to go back and do a little detail painting on those. But I'm gonna get some paint on these, and then I'll be back. So hang on. Okay, I just laid down some of the sea blue, and you can see the paneling effect on the wings and on the tail section there. I haven't done anything on the bottom of it yet, on the sides of the fuselage, which I'm going to do a little more on the side there. And a little more, maybe one more pass on it. And believe me, it's showing up more on camera than it is in person. But I'm not going to flip it over just yet. But there's nothing done on the bottom. It's just like the Hellcat there. That's what it looks like on the bottom. So I'm gonna let this dry just for a few minutes, and then flip it over and do the bottom. Actually, I'm gonna put one more mist coat on the top there. So, and here is the bottom side of the Corsair. Went a little heavy in a few spots, a little heavier than I wanted to, like on this wing over here and right in here. But I will go in with a I'm going to add just a little white, and I'm going to go ahead and add a few little places back. It's no big deal. Then maybe hit it again with a blending coat. So, but yeah, it's looking good so far. I'm going to get started on the Hellcat now. I'm going to let this dry and like I say, get started on that Hellcat. So, okay, back on shaky cam. But here are both of them painted. This is the sea blue with the mottling that I did, and I went back in, I lightened up the base color with a little bit of white, and went back in and done some post shading on it. And then here is the results of the Hellcat with the shading on it. And again, once again, I went in and highlighted some panels with a little bit of white, and I got the insignia white on the bottom. And I do have the front cowling painted, and it's got the white on the bottom as well. I'll mask that off so I can airbrush the engine. And I'm going to do this one the same way. I'm going to see if I can get this back off of there, because without breaking it, because I glued this on, and I would really like to have the propeller on there without having to worry about it falling off. Yeah, that's going to be it for this update. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I've got to in the next update, when I get finished here, I'm going to clear coat these with a satin coat, or maybe a clear coat or a gloss coat, and then it's decal time. Now this here, I know that this one for a fact that I will not gloss coat it, because I'm going to spray on the markings for this one, and this one here I'll get decals. I've got the decals for it, so I will put those on there. It'll get a gloss coat, and this one here would either get a matte coat, or probably a matte coat, and then I'll gloss coat it. Well, there's no need gloss coat it, because I don't have any decals for this one that per se. So I do have to make up the masks for the numbers, and I'll do that. It's no big deal. But that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one.